Hey guys, it's Becky here in Aunt Becky's. I'm on a few minutes early, like I usually do, just to make sure I'm not going to have any problems, because I hate being late for anything, ever. So I'll give you all a couple minutes. It's 2:23, supposed to start at 2:30, but I'm here now. I'm just gathering up things in the colors. I'm thinking boho, because boho to me means bright and happy. And so think about the things in your stash that bring that joyous childhood feeling into your heart, and that's boho to me. So I'm going to go over like the color ideas I have in my mind mean boho. And if you took the time and followed over to my Pinterest page for boho style, I have a whole page or whole, what are they called on Pinterest? Boards. I have a board on boho style. So if you wanted to look at that real quick to get an idea of, you know, what colors you'd like to use and things like that, that's great too. But anyway, I'm going to sit down here at the table. Hi, Barb. I see somebody coming in finally. And we'll go through what I have on the table, and then we'll get started making a tag. I have enough here to make all 6 tags that I would need for the swap, but I'm going to try to focus just on one tag today so that I can really watch the chat a little bit more. Hi, Lucia, and answer questions. If you hear fan noise, I do have a bunch of fans running because it's warmed up. It was like 41 degrees this morning. It is now 72. And sitting here and talking and creating will probably make me warm up even more. So anyway, I've got flowers here. I picked these up at Michael's the other day because they had them, all the spring and summer flowers were 40% off. This is an idea of a ornamentation that you can add to your tag. I would recommend, though, that you try to keep it as flat as possible to save on postage, because you will be mailing to 5 other people if you join the swap. If you're just here to make a tag with me, that's awesome too. The swap I'm talking about will take place on my Facebook page for my channel under Aunt Beck's Creations. And we will be doing a swap, 6 tags. 1 you will keep for yourself, and then 5 friends in the group, you will mail them each a tag. So you'll only be making 6 tags. And I will probably use flowers, but I'm planning to use padded envelopes to mail mine out. And we'll go over that in a little bit. So you can use flowers. And I'm just going to set them to the back here. And as far as colors, let's back up and do some colors. Those flowers were just distracting me. We were at, I think it was Lowe's, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to pull up paint samples of colors that read boho to me. So if you look at these colors, these are the colors I'm thinking are boho. You've got like a dark purple, an aquamarine, a fun green, and I've also got paint colors out as well. But if you see these colors, you can use anything like this or whatever makes you think bohemian style. So we got these colors. And then I pulled out regular acrylic paint. If you're just starting out and you only have like Walmart's 50 cents a jar paint, that'll work. This is just a tag for fun. It's not anything we're going to sell or anything like that. So I've got, these are all in the acrylics here. So those are all the paint colors I have. There's like true red, true blue. That's what these 2 are, is true red and true blue. And I'm just going to set them off to the side. I went ahead and pulled 2 purples. One's purple pizzazz and the other one's a violet pansy, because I see purple a lot in bohemian style. This one's a Cayman blue, or you could use like an aquamarine blue. Hi, Danina. Okay, she's going to be cleaning, but she can hear me with her surround sound. Awesome. That's fine. A magenta, which I didn't open yet. Let me take that up because that'll aggravate me when I start painting that this isn't open. All right. And this green, it just read fun to me. It's sour apple. These are mostly Americana paint, I think. And then I've got bright orange and primary yellow. So basic colors. Just think your primary colors and then add in some different purples and different aquamarines and you got it. Then I've got a variety of, these are acrylics too, but they're metallics. So I've got a couple different greens. This one's a peacock pearl. Actually, I got 3 different greens because this one's peridot. This one's crystal green, and this one is emerald green. And then I went ahead and I grabbed festive red. These are just the colors I have in my stash. So whatever you have in your stash that's metallic, if it's even just one color, you're fine. You don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff to participate in any of my swaps. Just use what you have. I do have 3 different golds, and pure gold, glorious gold, and splendid gold. So we probably won't use them all, but these are just ideas. I pulled out colored texture paste. I've got the ones that everybody got on sale at Hobby Lobby. I went ahead and I pulled this one out. This one is ocean green, gold, and ultramarine blue. I thought those 3 would really read bohemian. So I've got those. Almost sounds like the mail lady might be bringing me a package and I'm not expecting one. Basic gesso. If you don't have gesso, just use white paint. You know, if this is like your first ever swap or craft to do, you can just use white paint. Gesso does give you something for your materials to bind to. That's the big difference. Okay. Then we have stencils. Now I have these. They were part of a Bohemian collection at Michael's a couple years ago. So I'm just going to use these. I've got, let me see, pull this out here. See, I've got the hand. I have the elephant too, but I've misplaced him. And then this one's like a lattice piece. And that is, there's a lot of, what are they called? Mandalas, particular patterns in Bohemian style as well, and flowers. And then geometrics. So we've got Ruth Lamb has come in and Michelle at Little Crafts Creations. And Danina's cleaning as she goes. Oh, and she says she can see me as she's doing as well. So welcome, everybody. I also pulled out, this is one of my favorite stencils. That's why it's so disgustingly dirty. I've tried to clean it. I need to do the whole Murphy's oil, soak it for a few days and see if I can get it to clean. But this was one of those freebie stencils you get with decorator magazines. I just think that's the best way to find your stencils is a freebie. And then circles. Circles are always fun, and you can make these different colored circles with your paint, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So that's stencils, paint, and texture paste. Now, after all of that is dry and we're good to go, we can get into our fun stuff like rhinestones, different colored rhinestones, all the shiny blingity bling stuff. I'm going to put that lid on. So, you know, I'm a klutz. I'll dump it if I can. Ribbon to tie on the top of your tag. Because everybody, what I plan to do with the tags I get is I'm going to bind them with a big book binding ring, just a single ring, and put them on there. And then set them in like a basket or something. And I think they'll just be really fun and make my heart happy. Hi, Frana Schulte, is it? Or is it just Schulte? And Vicky's here. Hi, Vicky. I'm so glad you made it. And Therese, one mother, one daughter. I have a Cricut, and I've tried to use it 2 or 3 times, and it is currently packed away because I've reached a frustration level beyond any. I will try it again when we get settled. And if I can't get it to work, I'm going to sell it because I don't need anything in my life that frustrates me that badly. But everybody says, oh, once you get used to it, you'll love it. So I'm understanding that you have to remove some of the stickum, I guess, from mats. I would cut things out and I could not get them loose from the mat for anything, and they would tear, and it just was horrible. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna leave it packed up until we're settled in a new place, and we'll go from there. I have the original Cricut, you guys. It doesn't hook up to anything. I have one disc for it. That's it. I think it's just one disc, or one, whatever those things are you plug in. So ribbons for the top. I'm thinking of other things I did not pull out. This is what I'm going to make my tags out of. And you want to know what this is? This is the cardboard that comes from in between the cans of cat food from Fancy Feast. That is all I'm going to use for my tags. We're going to cut these down to a size, and we'll come up with a size that works well to mail well. I've got beads that I can create dangly charms with, and I picked these up that I could hang at the end of a dangle because they have a hole just in the very top. I don't know if you can see the little teeny hole right there. So those are just some fun bits. And I also picked up dividers to go with the beads in silver. I should have picked up some gold ones too, because I didn't pull out silver paint, and I'm going to use gold. So, and then you think about, I think we all have at least some of this rolls of bling that you can cut out different shapes or just different lengths of it and glue it to your tag. So we got those. Or you might have it just as a strand like this. This was actually from Halloween. I bought this. That's what I do when there's a holiday on. I'm in South Carolina. Sorry, guys. When you look at the holiday stuff, don't look at just the stuff that reads completely for that holiday. I think May Made It has said this before. Look for things that can be used all the time. And then when it goes clearance, deep clearance after the holiday, you can pick up all this great stuff. Like this was for Halloween. See, it says celebrate it Halloween, but it's purple bling. And we all use bling all the time. At least most of us do. Then you got to think the stickers on the roll. And this reads Bohemian like crazy because it's got all the different colors in it. And also the stickum that comes like this would be awesome on your tags. Either we've bought this or somebody has sent us some. I have a box of this stuff. This would be awesome on a tag. I'm almost thinking this could be a really good way to cheat is just buy one or see if you have this in your stash, something that's large but all bling, because it would just cover it and just be awesome all at once. And then there's also, I think these came out of those dollar bins or $1.50 or $2 bins at the front of Michael's. You could stick one of these butterflies on. That would be awesome too. I'm saying awesome a lot. Sorry, guys. And then sequins. You can buy the multicolored sequins, but I think most all of us have gotten some sequins in the mail at one time or another in different sizes. I've got the larger and the smaller and then medium size. So I've got a variety of different sizes of sequins. So I don't know who all is planning to play along today, but I'm going to get started. And let's see if I've missed anybody. Holly. Hi, Holly. Okay, so I've got my dirty bake mat here that I'm going to paint on. And I'm only going to make one tag today. So I'm going to put keep one and put the other 3 aside. And we're going to come up with a good size that'll mail well. And I want it to fit in an envelope like this. This is one I started to paint for the inchy worms in case we've gotten more people in that swap. So I just need to finish decorating that. And quite fitting that it's in boho colors. So if I want this to fit inside, I want it to have some room on either end so that I can have, like, the ribbons at the top will have somewhere to go. And if I add dangles, I want dangles to have somewhere to go. So I'm thinking the tags will be 7 inches tall by 5. So 7 by 5. That's what your tags need to be. In that range. They can be any shape that you want to make them, but try to keep them at 7 by 5. When we bind them together on the ring, they'll all fit together. Does that make sense? Vicki is just watching today. That is fine. Absolutely fine. All right. So let me get, I should have had a little piece of paper up here so we can make notes where everybody can see it as they come in. Let me, I don't know what that came from. I'm digging in my scraps for just a little piece of paper I can write on. This will work. There's that. And I told my son I'm going live at 2:30. So, hi, Rose. And a big general hi, everybody, she says. All right, so we're going to make our tags 5 inches by 7 inches. And so that's like 12 and a half by almost 18. I've got that backwards. It's 12.5 by almost 18 centimeters. For those that don't do inches. Does that make sense? So tags are 5 by 7 or 12 and a half by 18 centimeters. Or if you want to make it easier on yourself, just say 12 by 18 centimeters. That would be fine. It would be within, you know, the 5 by 7. So I'm going to, before I do any of my cutting, I'm going to mark my hole because I find it easier to find the center beforehand. I'm going to try to put this where everybody can see it. Got my cup of water. So hopefully that'll show up right. All right, so I've got this piece of card. Well, I might need to cut. Let's cut it. Let's go ahead. It's almost at the 5 by 7. Let me see. Turn this around so I can read the numbers. Nope, this way. I'll get it yet. Now, if you wanted to do it more in-depth mixed media and do Mod Podge, you could Mod Podge a layer of paper onto your tag if you want to. I was just going to focus on painting mine and adding just embellishments and not so much of the other, just to save time in creating. I bought a replacement blade and it doesn't quite fit this cutter. It works, but it doesn't quite fit. So I struggle. All right, so I've got it at 5 by 7 now. So now I can mark it at 2.5. I like to put the hole in now and do all the cutting now before I start painting. So there's the 2.5, and I want it a 1/2 inch down from the top. So I'm going to put my hole right there. Meant to get the paper punch out too. Actually use this one. And I'm going to use the larger hole simply because I want to put a lot of ribbon in the top of mine when I get it done. All right. Now, I'm going to make my corners. So I think I'm going to come in. I'm going to come in 1 inch from each side and make a little dot there. And then make a little dot down from here. And then I'll just cut it off. And do the same on the other side. Mark it 1 inch. An inch. Then we'll just cut those off with scissors and we'll have our tag shape. Oh, I was just getting the shape. I like to put the hole in before I cut these corners away, because if I don't, then I have a trouble centering the hole. You guys, I sunburned my lips so bad at the Mother Earth News thing. They're just peeling so bad and they hurt so bad. So I might have to go get some chapstick here in a minute. So I'm just going to gesso these now, this tag now. I refilled my gesso bucket here. I guess I could put it on with this gesso I got from Cheap Joe's, and it's really got some, it's real thick, put it that way. So that's going to add a little texture too. Almost need a credit card or something though. Because I want to paint both sides, at least with the gesso. So those that are interested in the swap, what kind of info would you like people to share with you on the back of their tags? Do you want them to add their, their address and things like that? Or would you rather, that's not on the back of the tag where it could, be accidentally shown? And I don't have my heat gun here because I've got all these fans going. And I figure I can look at chat real quick. Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot more crowded than we thought it was going to be, but we should have known. It's Mother Earth News. But we had a blast. We got tired, though. We could tell we're not in our 20s and 30s anymore, which was kind of a bummer because, we used to go all day. We would spend the night. Back when Back Home Magazine did it, and it was called Southeastern Environmental Expo. We called it our hippie conference, and we would go and we would camp overnight there, right there on the Ag Center's lawn, and we'd shower in the horse stables where they have the horse shows and things like that. They have a shower in there, and we would stay and do that, and we were just like, come on, I think it was 4 o'clock. We gave in and came home. So we went to a beekeeping talk, which mostly Scott saw that one, and it was a gentleman from Russia, and he had a whole new view on how to keep honeybees that we are absolutely fascinated with. because whole colonies are being killed of bees here because the beekeepers are keeping too many hives too close together. And this gentleman said the hives should have about 1,000 feet between them so that the bees aren't ending up showing up at the wrong hive and spreading disease and stuff. So we may get some honeybees. We might try to do wild capture, but we've got to learn a lot more before we do that. The gentleman we listened to, he said he has never bought a queen bee or any of his hives. He's just put out traps for swarms and then put them into hives, and he's always had healthy colonies because he keeps them at least 1,000 feet apart. Yes, time does change. I wish our bodies held up as well as our minds sometimes. Oh, is it really a lip balm with aloe vera? That'd be awesome. It just seems like every time I get outside anymore, I get horrible sunburn, and it's usually on my lips. It's not, I've got pink along my neck and on my arms, but nothing like my lips are just in bad shape. Come on, dry. Hi, Linda T. I'm gonna attempt putting the gesso on the other side now, because one side will be just to, I might cover it with white paint after I put some gesso on. The up at Furman University, they have a concert series that's starting, and it's on Thursday evenings. So I might start going and attending it. And if nothing else, I might go walk the track and listen to the music as I'm walking around there, the lake up there. I can listen to the music as they're playing the orchestra. Oh, I bet it would be beautiful. I know we had a lot of fun listening to them last year and the year before when Scott was available to walk with me. I just figure that'd be a safe time to walk because there'll be a lot of people there. And I don't like to go walk by myself in the evening. I just don't think it's safe. I'm going to leave this a little bit chunkier here and there on this side, and then we'll paint on it. We'll see how that goes. I did order a couple books. I keep saying I'm not going to spend any money, but that one lady that we listened to, and she was talking about barefoot gardening barefoot or gardening in her flip-flops. She has a couple books. One book, she has two books that I'll probably never do, and that's Gardening Naked. So I'm not going to do that, but she said it's beneficial for us to get sun on our skin. And I said, not that much skin. But I got a couple of her other books that sounded really informational. So I've got them coming, and I can't wait to sit and read them. I can't wait to have a place where I can have a real garden again. You know, I've been tempted to go down and plant stuff in the garden I have at the house, but then Greg gets upset with me because he wants to garden it. So I'm going to stand this up against the tripod if I can and see if the air will dry it a little bit. We'll clean this mess up. Hi, Susan Baker. It's called Miracle Aloe Lip Balm, an SPF of 15. I think that's something I should get. Maybe I'll write that down before it disappears. Miracle Aloe Lip Balm. And it has an SPF of 15. I will have to look for that. Thank you. Because it's just starting to be, you know, summer here, finally. I don't think we ever had a real true spring because it just jumped up and down so much. All right, get some of this moisture up. Then I'm going to start thinking about colors to add down. Oh, no, that would be bad, Rose. Can you imagine the thorns? Oh, I'm too old for that. Yep, we're working on the boho tag. And we've decided the tags will be 5 by 7. And you can work any way in between. I have also done tags where instead of cutting the corners off, I have just taken one of the fancy corner punches and punched them off with that. Oh, Barb, I hate to hear that. She said she's got little white patches on the ground. It was 41 degrees this morning, and we had left windows open, and it was really quite nippy here in the house. So I stumbled around in the dark and closed windows and turned the space heaters on because the furnace, we still don't have it where it'll click on. I don't know. We're going to have to get the guy out. Scott's tried a couple times, and he can't get it to do. Yes, it'll be for May. You will make 6 tags. 1 you will keep yourself, and then I will assign groups of 6, and you will mail to the other 5 people in your group of 6. Hopefully we'll get at least 6 people wanting to participate in this swap, because I just think it's really fun, and everybody's tags will be so different. That's why I just thought it would be an awesome swap. I might have to get the heat gun to speed this up a little bit. Hopefully I won't lose you guys. Oh, hopefully it'll work. I just dropped it and it bounced right back up into my hands. We'll see if it works. Linda T says she's in. Sorry if this is loud. Oh, and I forgot to mention you could use rubber stamps too. I was just looking up and I saw this great big stamp. I was thinking if after I paint, I could emboss with gold too using this stamp, but I don't know. I don't have the sign up sheet up yet. I'll do that after we're done here. I'll go ahead and put it up. I said I'd have it up by tomorrow, by Tuesday. So you can go on there and sign up. And then we'll get groups of 6 together and I'll just list them on the page. Hopefully we'll have 6 that we can do. It'd be nice if 12 or 18 would participate and then we'd have 3 groups. It's starting to dry because it's getting flat again. I forgot to put a link on my Facebook group that we'd be live today. If somebody wants to pop over and share on the group, that'd be awesome. I totally forgot to do that. I'm not going to worry a lot about the back. I just wanted to have some gesso back there. I actually might even, I'm thinking, should I just put a piece of like book paper or something over the back? We'll just worry about decorating the front, and then I'll worry about the back later, I guess. Thank you, Susan. I've got paintbrushes here. I don't want to do the metallics yet, so I'm going to slide them off away from the regular ones so I don't accidentally use them. I kind of want to use those for stenciling. And I just want to add some colors on here because this is just the background. I think what I'd like to do is to get a credit card or something to spread this. Hang on. I just saw my spreader earlier today. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it'll spread the paint just as well. And I'm just using a piece of recycled cardboard. I'm not using anything. Thank you, Barb. I'm not using anything I've purchased for the base of the tag. I just thought it would be a good way that we could do recycled stuff. I really need to put myself on a spending freeze for the rest of this year and try to use up what I have. I've been buying too much lately. Yeah, Ruth, I was asking earlier if we wanted to put our address on the back. I'm thinking if I put mine on the back, I might put it as a fold up and maybe do like a little bohemian card. So it would have like a bohemian decoration on it, but that it would fold down and cover my information. Maybe do like a little tab or something to hold it closed so it wouldn't just pop open all the time. That's an idea I was thinking. And my backgrounds always look crazy when I'm first starting them out. But as you go, they get better. You just have to keep going. Just keep going and keep going. I'm trying to think what I'd like on here. Yeah, a pocket. You could do a pocket too. Any way you want to add your info, I think would be a really good thing. And then that way they always have it. I might put my stamp that Mary Hill got me that says made by Aunt Beck's Creations. That was really sweet of her to send that to me. Uh-oh. Let's not waste the paint, Beck. It looks like I've already added purple where the pink and the blue went over each other. So let's go ahead and add some purple now. There was, I didn't talk about this and we didn't even video it, but up at the Mother Earth News Fair, I thought I'd add this because it just popped in my head. We ate at a food truck because they had food trucks there, you know, for lunch. And we ate at one that's based in Black Mountain, North Carolina, I think it is. And they made crepes, and oh, they were so delicious. Mine was a mozzarella and spinach, and it was so good. I got a little heavy-handed with the purple, so I'll have to dry this a little bit, and we'll come back with the blue and the green and stuff. So let's dry it a little bit. Sometimes I do that. I get too crazy. Linda says she's incomplete and it's her husband's fault. No. Being a smarty here. Sorry. I want to add some of this green back. Man, I thought they'd be done with dump trucks down the road. They're putting in like 5 houses down there. We went and walked around in one. They're way out of our price range. $300,000. Woo! No can do. Scott said we could build our own house if we just had time and money to do it. I was like, well, this is true. And we need a piece of land. All right. Less is more, Beck. All right. So just a teeny bit of this blue. I was in bad shape, you guys, yesterday. I think it was from carrying a purse over I had it across my body too, so I don't know why, but my back was all messed up. And we were so tired last night. I said, honey, will you please put some Bengay on my back? Sure. And I was like, I told him, thank you. We were both groggy and half asleep. And I went to sleep and I'm like, man, this is not getting warm. This is not warming up. I cannot figure out. He just put Bengay on my back. It should be feeling better. And he was already snoring. He was already sound asleep, back to sleep. And then this morning I said, honey, we need to throw that Bengay out. I said, it didn't do anything. And he went back and he started laughing. And he said, it's because I put hand cream on your back instead of. I was like, well, that didn't do me a lick of good. That was absolutely no help at all. Oh, I wish I had another piece of paper here. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, and I'll put the info about the size of the tag and that kind of stuff. So I think this is the colors I'm going to focus on for this tag, and then I'll use the other colors on the next one I make. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Janet. I'm going to dry this up a little bit, and then we'll do a little stenciling here and there. Here, there, and everywhere. So let's see. I've got kind of a red and a green and an aquamarine. So I think I'm going to use this gold, the light green, maybe the red. No, I'm going to use that one instead. It is a gorgeous day out. It is currently 72 degrees here. Oh, see, that's what Scott and I would just love to do, is just go thrifting and antiquing and things like that. He said his job gets in the way of so much, but he's thinking in 6 years he'll retire. He says he wants to retire when he's young enough to still enjoy life and able to do stuff. So, all right. So I know I would really love to use these flowers. So I'm going to set that stencil aside. So should we do geometric or little flowers or this mandala? or a lattice. I think the lattice would be great with the flowers. Yeah, we had thought if we'd gotten too tired Saturday, we would have just spent the night, and then we could have, because we bought weekend passes because it was going to be the same price because there was 2 of us. So if we bought a weekend pass, we could attend both days. But then we said, no, I think we're done, and we had things we had to get done here. The lawn had to be mowed, and Scott did it, so that's done. All right, I'm going to do this lattice maybe on this corner and up here in, do gold, green, or aqua, I wonder. Oh boy, Ruth. I'm kind of glad we're done with that for right now. Or should I do white to break up what we got going on? I'm going to grab a couple. Oh. Or should I do white to tone down the background? Might do white first. Oh, Linda, me too. I am so sick of being cold. And then I slept most of last night in the recliner because laying in bed just put my back over the top of the mountain or whatever. It was bad. All right, I'm going to just do this little lattice. Just real light coat of white. So the colors are just there, but not so obnoxious. I had a lot of fun looking up all those bohemian things on Pinterest. Got lots of ideas from there. I did not get the purple hammock I wanted, but maybe I'll get one when we get settled, because we got to thinking we don't want to have to keep up with something like that, although I would have enjoyed it here. All right, so let's see here. If you wanted to add dangles to the bottom of your tag, you just get a little hole punch and punch a strip of holes across the bottom, and then you just use jump rings to attach them. It's looking pretty cool. Had fun yesterday morning hanging with Penn and Linda on their live with Ian. Doesn't Ian do the most magnificent watercolors, you guys? For those that follow Ian, I just love his watercolors. They just amaze me. I used to love watching Gina Ahrens on Wednesdays when she would do her watercolor Wednesdays. So that knocked the color back a little bit, but it's still there. Oh, Susan, I'll have to provide a link to Ian's channel, because oh my word, yes, this is the very first Bohemian tag I've ever made. So we're going by kind of what I looked up on Pinterest and the products I have to use, because I'm real big on trying to use what I have. I did buy some beads because they were on sale, deep discount, and I figured whatever I don't use for this swap event, I'm going to drop that in the water, I can make a necklace for myself out of them. So I'm cheating. Oh, the colors I've used so far are, this is a Cayman blue and a sour apple and folk arts magenta and folk art violet pansy. Those are the basic colors I used on this tag, but I also pulled out these colors. So if something in this color range is more appealing to you, go for it. I've got like a primary yellow, a bright orange, purple pizzazz, and a true red and a true blue. I always think of primary colors plus the fun colors of aquamarine and things like that. I know, Azure, his paintings are absolutely blipping amazing. I sat and watched him yesterday. He's, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I was like, oh, I don't know if anybody can. Yes, I have, these are metallics. They're going to be added next through another stencil. I just wanted to kind of knock my base colors back a little bit. And then I'm going to add the metallics. I've got all these metallics here. I got 3 different golds, a red, 3 different greens, and an aquamarine. But I just pulled out that gold and light green here for mine. I went over at the very beginning when I first came on all of the stuff you could use. I've got sequins. I got texture paste. I've got bling, beads, rhinestones, stick-on pieces of, you know, the stuff you get out of the dollar bin or $1.50. Some places it's $2 now. Butterflies. I could put one of those on there. Butterflies, flowers, mandalas. I don't know what else screams bohemian to y'all, but that's the kind of stuff that does mine. Paisley prints, things like that would be awesome too. But it's dried on. I left it sit too long. I was yakking too much. I'll stick it in the sink with a bunch of water. It'll come clean. So I'm going to use another one of those with some of this. Let's see. I'm going to use flowers, so I don't really want to use the hand. I think I'm going to use this. And I think I'll do a gold. Hi, Mary Hill. If I had all of my supplies, I would just go on a bohemian kick and do some videos on like bohemian sun catchers and things like that I've made in the past. But a lot of my stuff is packed up where we're between houses and all. I will be so glad. I know I say it in every live, I think, but I will be glad to be settled. I might have too much paint on here. The key to these little tight stencils is, yeah, see, it's not showing up worth beans, but I'm going to do it again up here just because I can. I might have to switch to a different type of sponge. This stencil's really tight, so it's having trouble. Is anybody else working on their gardens? Because Mary Dell said they were going to buy plants and stuff today. Is why she wasn't going to be able to be here. There you go. Azure is giving lots of ideas too. See if this came out any better. It's there, but you can't really see it too good. It's a very light. There it is. There you can see it's on there. It's on the bottom as well, but not as clear as I got it on the top. That's okay. It's just another layer. Some layers work, some don't. You just have to keep going. I might have to switch to a more open stencil. I think these are more made for sprays. I think these would probably do better. And the air from the window and the fan has dried it on here already. I'll get it off. One way or another, it'll come off. All right, I'm going to do these, but I'm going to do, I want to add a couple more colors to this. It's all about the colors, you know. So what color? I've got a different purple, a different red. I think I'm going to add red, purple. Rose, it's telling me to choose whether to show or hide your comment. That is weird. I did not delete the message. I said, show it, weirdos. Anyway. Really, Holly? Because usually tomatoes, they have to have a fermentation time. Like if you are holding seeds to replant something you really like, you cut your tomato and then you would squeeze it into a plastic bag and then hang it outside to ferment in the sun and then dry them and then you can plant them because usually they need a fermentation site. So I hope you get tomatoes. It'd be awesome if you would. So let's see. Throw that in the water. I'm just putting my sponges down in my paint water. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to use a paintbrush and just kind of do a little paint in each of the little circles and not move the stencil. I want this one here. All right, so there's school bus number 1, I guess. I haven't been paying attention. So let's see what we get. Use a dry brush. All right, let me go get a dry brush. Hang on, because those are really wet. This one might be too big, but maybe not. I'm going to try this one that's kind of fluffy. I'm going to use this lip smacker stuff that Scott can't stand the smell of while he's not here. This stuff used to be called, in the 70s, it used to be called kissing potion. Do y'all remember that? There goes another dump truck. Glad my cats are down in the woods. Do you remember kissing potion? Used to come like that? God, I love that stuff. It was the first time in my life I ever had a winter with no chapped lips in upstate New York. All right, so I'm going to go for the red first. I loved kissing potion, and all of my classmates, we all had it. Walked around with shiny lips all the time. All right, let's see what we get here. Completely dry brush. I'm sorry about the traffic, you guys, but it's that traffic time of day here. School buses and some of the parents that go in really early are coming home now, and it's just heavy traffic, and I'm enjoying the breeze and hearing the birds and things like that. I'm looking down right now. I'll look up in just a minute. It's so hard not to get focused. Janet says she's not even hearing the traffic. That's great. I've got the mics pointed at me, so I guess that helps. Down at the garage, for anybody that's seen the videos of around here, Scott called to me and he says, you got to see this. He said, go in the garage and look at the windows on the back side of the garage. There is a bird. She has built her nest on the windowsill on the outside of the building, and you can stand inside the garage and watch them feed the babies. And I just thought that is so cool. I said, as long as the cats don't find them, it'll be all right. I put out way too much paint, you guys. I forget, dry brushing doesn't take that much. I should have got a brush for each color, I guess. All right, let me go grab a couple more brushes because I want to do something. I'm just playing and experimenting, so if it turns out, it turns out. If not, there's gesso, you know? All right, I'm going to add just a little bit of this here. Hi, Kelly. Hope I haven't missed anybody else coming in. Yeah, there's a number of stencils out there that really scream bohemian too. I mean, you can get some that look like intricate doilies, or what are they called? Mandalas, or what Barb Owens draws and does. Those would be great on your tags too. I got a little too much yellow on that one, but then it'll be all right. This brush has seen better days, I think. I didn't really pay attention to what I was grabbing, so. I think tomorrow I need to go visit my mother. I think she could use a sanity check after keeping my brother's 4 kids for a week for them, so his wife could go to India. Go take her out to lunch or something, maybe. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. We got a plan for next weekend. Go down and work on the house, too. Yeah, this brush really stinks that I picked for the yellow. It's not working too good. Eyes are a big thing too in bohemian stuff from what I've seen. I'm trying something. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. Oh, wow, Holly. Did you ever get it out of the out of your dryer? All right. Where's that last paintbrush? Once this paint is dry, I'll come in with like a Posca pen and just clean up the edges between the colors. I think it'll be all right. That's the thing about when you go live, even your mistakes show up blatantly obvious. And I just figure it shows that not everybody has every perfect moment on that happens, you know. We have duds. All right. I just want to pick it up. Ta-da! Yeah, I could. That would be an idea. Janet's saying when you put using a brush through your stencil, you could trim your bristles back. I might have to do that with some of mine, but not right now. I'll do that later. So now should I put some circles up here in this other corner or no? Do you think I could get away with more or maybe leave this area alone for something else? I do have these flowers that I could add as well. I don't know. It's hard for me to think about going too crazy. Well, the reason I wasn't using a makeup sponge is because I want to add the 3 colors. So I get the 3 colors on it. School bus number 2. I think I will add just a couple up here at the top. This brush is getting full of dried out paint. All right, I'm just going to plop this into the water now. Can the tags be made of something besides cardboard? Sure. I don't see why not. Just try to keep the size at the 5x7 so that they can be included in your ring. I'm going to have to see if I can find some big rings because I'm not sure everybody can get their hands on those. Hi, Callie. She heard my voice. So I'm going to see if I can get enough for each person to get a ring from me. Now that red wasn't totally dry, so we'll get a little bit different look up here. My cats look so irritated, like, can't you make them stop? We're quite sick of all this noise. I might have to let her in. Rose, what were you thinking of making it out of? Now I'm curious. Let me see if I can let her in. A file folder. Okay. Yeah, that would work. So as they're saying, do you want to come in? Sure. I'll leave it propped. Just don't bring me presents, okay? No gifts from the kitties. They killed a frog the other day, you guys, so. Oh, Rose is saying she has big rings, tons of them. Cool. I think I have some in a drawer here somewhere, but I don't know if I have very many. I was just thinking it would be fun to put them in a ring and then you could set them in a basket. Baskets are one of my addictions, you guys. I love baskets. Scott will tell you, every time we go in a thrift store, I'm looking at the baskets. And he's looking at me like, you need another basket, like you need a hole in the head. I said, it's a comfort thing to me. I think baskets feel like home and comfort and happiness. I have to let that dry just a sec and I'll look. Sure, Rose, that'd be awesome. I would imagine it's going to get stiff when you add paint to it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the tags are a May swap. We'll have all of May to get them to our partners. I'm going to try to close the signups by the 15th, I'm thinking, because that'll give us 2 weeks to get all the signups, and you can be working on your tags. And then they'll just be, if you work on your tags the 2 weeks of sign up, you're only making 6 tags. You'll keep one. And then when the signups go up, like on the 16th, not the signups, but the groups, when the groups are assigned, you'll be ready. Your tags will be done if you work on them during the sign up period of May 1st to the 15th. Then that you can mail them and nobody will be late. So that's just an idea. Okay, Rose, whatever you decide to do. I mean, you could practice with one, and then if you don't feel like it's firm enough to mail, you could move on to something else, or you could attach a piece of cardstock to the back for your information area, and that would firm it up a little bit. I think denim would be really cool. All right, I'm going to stick that one in the water. Ta-da! I'm not going to worry with cleaning these. I'll just put them over to soak in a little bit. I do need to do something with this paint. I'm not sure what this came out of or anything. I'll pick it up. Pick up the paint that's wet here. I think the red and the yellow, they've already gotten pretty dried out. Just pick that up like that. Yeah, Danny's got an idea. I don't think Rose is still where she can hear us right at the moment, but she'll be back. But she'll see that, Danny. That's a good idea. I got that, what's it called? Stiffy. I've got 2 bottles of that. It's pretty old, but it would probably still work. So there's my tag so far. And now I'm thinking how much fun it could be to add some dots on here, maybe with the back of a paintbrush, and use one of my other colors of metallic stuff. That gold really didn't show up very well. I might pick one of the other golds. I use Splendid Gold. I might try Glorious Gold now to put some dots here and there on my circles, because it's all about extra bling, bling, bling on this stuff too. Just going to put a little puddle of that out there, and then I'll just grab one of these. And I'm not going to use the brush side of it. I'm using the other side. Yeah, sew the fabric to the cardstock. Another thing is you can get that Deco Bond, I think it is. It's the real thick iron-on interfacing stuff. I've got some of that in my stash, but I don't know if I have it here or down at the house. I'm just dipping the back of the paintbrush into the paint and using it to make dots on here. And you know, when you do your first dot, it's going to be big, and each dot after will get smaller because, of course, you're using up the paint that's on the back of the brush. But it's an easy way to add dots to stuff. I'll tell you another person to watch that if you want bohemian or gypsy ideas is Rita. I'm going to have to try to remember to put a link to her channel. She's the gypsy and the witch. Of course, we've lost our witch, Callie, but Rita's still there. She's putting together an amazing studio. She's been posting pictures of her studio setup. I can't wait to see it finished. I know she's getting excited because they're at the point of painting her studio. And it's a freestanding building. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see it finished. I'll lift this up when you can see better in just a minute. I haven't learned how to focus in with the camera yet. I'll get there. I told Scott, I said, I'm going live. He looked at me like, it's not Wednesday. It's like, yeah, I signed up to do another one today. Oh, that dot almost took over that little circle. But see, isn't that cute when you add the dots? Hi, Mia. Yeah, they add dots, lines, triangles. They just add all this adornment to each little step of the way. More adornment. You can never have enough adornment on a bohemian project. From what I saw, it's just you can just do all kinds of stuff. You can paint flowers or just different shapes and have them repeat in areas. I had a lot of fun looking at all that stuff. That's what I did on our drive to North Carolina. It only takes us about 45 minutes to get to Hendersonville. I would so move up there if I could. The arts community is big up there. So I love those little dots. Really looks cool. I might add some more. What was funny is my sister was posting pictures from the beach and I was in the mountains. Yeah, Rita from Gypsy and the Witch, she had made bohemian house tags that looked absolutely darling. They look like little gypsy tents. I propped the door open, you guys, so she could go in and out as she pleases. Oh, Spot's climbing the back door, I think. I might have to get Spot neutered and just say he's my cat because he doesn't leave the porch much at all. I think he very much would like to be a fat, happy indoor house cat. Scott's like, oh my God, do we really need another cat? I said, I think he's going to choose us. I don't think we're going to have much choice but to care for him. Ooh, I like. I'm thinking I might just fill the whole thing. Hi, Linda. With these little dots in the red too. I don't know. We'll see. I'll look at it again here in a minute. This is kind of, I don't know, meditative. Making dots with a paintbrush. Uh-oh. Somebody sent me a message. Who could it be now? It's probably Joann Fabrics. They really want me to come over and shop with them. But it's all the way on the other side of Greenville in traffic hell. And I just don't feel like doing it. Right. I'm really liking those jeweled things. Yeah, Mia is here from yesterday. I think she was in with Ian and Linda and Penn and I. Hang on, guys. Making sure. My son is trying to work himself to death because people keep telling him he doesn't work hard enough, but he works at the warehouse 5 days a week for like 10-hour shifts. And then he goes and he drives to Charleston and he drives for Uber. So he's just telling me the cats, Piper and Cole, are wrestling and driving him crazy. And he wishes he had today off because he worked down in Charleston this weekend driving for Uber. He has a 95% positive rating on Uber. He's a very safe driver. I don't know. I don't know how much harder the boy can work to make everybody happy. I told him today, I said, you know what? You need to quit worrying about everybody else. I said, you need to work for you. It's your life. You have to set the standard of what's acceptable to yourself. I mean, nobody else can live your life for you. I said, quit letting everybody else make you feel bad about your choices. If you think they're acceptable, then so be it. I said, you're almost 32 years old. It's time to quit worrying about all these people trying to tell you how to live your life. You only get one. You might as well live it the way you want to. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. That bird is happy. I should have known this was going to be time consuming to do because there's so much adornment on this stuff. Everything I looked at was highly decorated. I guess you could say there's love and care in every single one because it took forever to make. I just think these look cool. No, it's not. It's family members. It's family members that are telling him this crap. You know, the ones that don't live anywhere near us, and they don't know how much he works. And they have an assumption about him, and they don't really listen. They just go with the assumptions they have about his life. And I'm sorry, I feel like they're missing out in knowing how truly wonderful a person he is, with constantly judging him and telling him he's not living up to their standards, because he has to live up to his own standards as an adult. I mean, if somebody was telling me I wasn't working hard enough, I'd tell them to kiss my you know what. Exactly. There's not much of this left, so I'm hoping there's enough in the cap that I can do something with. Nope. Trying to dump it out. I think this would look pretty on the yellow, so I'm going to put some of this on the yellow. I actually need to put it out here so I can tap off some. I hope he gets that nail driven in eventually. I was watching this lady demonstrating this log cutting thing that they sell at Northern Tool and Supply, and I wanted to tell her to quit holding it with the hammer with both hands. Hold it with one hand and raise it up and let the weight of the hammer coming down, because she was leaning over this short-handled thing with both hands on it, and she's going to end up tearing her back up. But Scott said, well, she'll learn. She'll be sore tonight. And I was like, why don't those men that are sitting around thinking they've created a monster that because they've showed her how to use that tool, why don't they step up and tell her to do it this other way so she doesn't injure herself? Scott said, well, they don't care. They're just having fun watching her do all the work. I saw whole entire pictures on Pinterest done with dots. And I can see why they like to do that kind of decoration, because it's quite meditative. I'm really kind of liking making dots. So there it is, dotted up. He works his fanny off every day. And he doesn't work a shift that's easy to just switch back and forth either. I mean, he works 6 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. And then on Saturdays, he gets up basically early from that, cleans his car so he can drive to Charleston. On the weekends, he goes down. He tries to pair it up with cruise ships. So when there's a cruise ship about to depart or one that's just arrived, he tries to be down there so he can get them to their destinations where they want to go in Charleston. And he makes pretty good money, because he cannot go down every weekend, because that would just, I told him, I said, you've got to take some downtime. If you don't, you'll have a darn nervous breakdown like your mother nearly did. I was working 70 hours a week at one time. It was nuts. We were going through and shredding old tax records from long ago. We were amazed at how much money we were making when we were both working crazy hours. I was like, do you want to go back to that? Do you want me to get a job and work all those hours? He said, heck no. This paint's kind of thick compared to that other. No, you can't please everyone. I just wish they'd lighten up on the kid. I mean, he ends up working all the time to the point where he loses his girlfriend because he's so tired. He doesn't have any energy to go do anything with anybody. So she moved on. And we really liked her. Her behavior changed and got all kind of strange there at the end. And I said, you're not doing each other any favors. So just stay single for a while. When the right person comes along, the right person will come along. And if you never meet anybody perfect for you, because basically that's all they have to be is a good fit for you, don't worry about it. Just enjoy your life. Do things you like to do. There goes that blue jay again. There's a mockingbird's built a nest in one of the camellia bushes right in front of the house. I told him, I said, poor choice. Cats live here. That's kind of cool. I love the different colored dots. I don't know if you can see them or not. It's hard to show in here. That's right. That's what my sister-in-law doesn't understand. She doesn't understand why her friend doesn't take a $60,000 a year job. And I said, I understand. I said, there's a lot more attached to it than the money. The headache of being the one in charge. That sucks. All right. So now what? I'm going to let that dry a little bit. We got to clean this mess up here a little bit. What did I do with that scraper? Oh, there it is. Janet, we have one that goes through this whole repertoire of different. Oh, I just stuck my finger in my dots. That sucks. Repertoire of different cell phone rings and or car alarms. It's so funny. We'll hear him in the afternoon. He does it. Don't ask me what I'm going to use this piece. I'm just trying to do the paint onto something so it doesn't get just dried up globs. We'll use it for something. Make a bookmark or something. I don't know. Okay. So I might dry this a little bit and then we'll do something else. I almost feel like I need to do a pattern. I just don't know what. Bus number 3. When we were young married folk and our son was real little, we had a mockingbird that would actually do the telephone, our telephone. So I'd be out in the yard working in the yard and he would start doing it. And I'd think it was a phone. And I'd grab the baby up and I'd run in the house to get the phone and the phone wasn't ringing. It was that stupid bird. So should I do a flower or should I add something geometric, something else geometric now? I don't know which to do. We see the cardinals in the winter more than we do. Right now, I've seen a couple, but not as much as we do. No way. A farting cat coloring book? Oh my word. Julie, you think I should add the flowers? I was thinking maybe do like a few flowers down through, like they're cascading down through the middle here. How about a couple black? Okay, these are roses. I have other flower stencils. Hang on just a second. I think I have other flower stencils. I have that rose. These are more Hawaiian style. That's a pineapple. That's kind of cool looking. Let's see. I have these stamps I made out of an old yoga mat. Now I'm thinking it needs something. And if I take this stencil and I just lay it on here, I could almost do some here and then take the stencil and turn it and maybe do some more along in here so it looks like they're cascading down. Use this one? Okay. Stencil or yoga mat flowers? Which ones? I don't have anything paisley though, Mia. I wish I did. I'm sure I don't though. The stencil. Okay. So now the roses. How about a deep red rose? How about a metallic rose? Have this metallic red. I have another sponge here. Metallic rose. And festive red is the color actually. I was saving those paint globs because everybody saves them to do something with, and I haven't done anything with them. All right, let's see if I can keep from getting rose. Then maybe outline it in black. All right, let's see. See what I get here. Scott hit a stump and broke the blade on the spare lawnmower that he got. This is what Scott does. Every year, people go and they try to start their mowers, and then they won't start, so they throw them out. They just set them out at the side of the street. And so what Scott does is when he sees a mower on the side of the street, he picks it up, brings it home, he fixes it, and he either gives it to somebody that's in need of a mower, or we have a spare. So this was a spare, and he hit a stump, and he bent the blade all up. But it turns out we went and got a blade, but he's done something else to it. I told him, I said, you could probably do that, like rescue the mowers from the trash, fix them, and then resell them. He said, I might do that when I retire. I said, well, young folks don't know how to repair anything. We grew up, you had to repair stuff until there was no repair left in it. Not anymore. That won't work. We'll have to go buy another one. My grandmother would have had a heart attack. What? You're not going to try to fix it first? I said, well, Scott, you're lucky in that you know how to fix stuff. Not everybody does. Ooh. pretty. Yes, see? That's what I'm saying. Let's see here. Let's let this dry a little bit. I don't want to get red everywhere. Hi, Aristi. So uh-oh, I got too much paint. It's probably going to blob under the stencil. All right, let's see. Oh, here comes the kid with the loud muffler. That's a kid with parents with too much money, I think. All right, let's I might leave it just like that. Although I don't know. I think I will leave it just like that. These stencils are going to take forever to clean. All right, so I'm going to lift it up so you guys can see. That's the tag with the flowers added. And the flowers are in metallic. The dots are in metallic, so it's all coming along. You got kicked out, Linda? I have that happen periodically too. Thanks, Kelly. So we got to get it dry. And I have seen them use black and white to add to these. Like you go around some areas with black and then just add some little white highlights. So I might do some of that. Got to get it dry though, or it'll ruin the pens. And I don't want to heat the paint up and have it bubble too much. Oh, hi, Vicki. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something on the back of the tag to cover my mess. That's okay. I've got it pre-gessoed. Goodness, I've been on almost 2 hours, and this is as far as I've gone. Good grief. Let's see here. It's a permanent marker. Whoop, don't put it in the paint. Put that in the water. I'll move that for just a second here. I've got this painty pen, but it's really fat tipped, so I don't know if I'll use it or not. Exactly. Boho is mixed media on steroid. Keep in mind, you can do other things before you start adding your paint. If you want to add texture, you know, put book pages on it or things like that. That's entirely up to y'all. If you want to find some interesting pictures on Pinterest to add to your card, you can layer fabric pieces on top of each other and glue them to your tag. You can do anything like that that you want to. I just thought I would stick doing this one with just basic stuff like paint and stencils, paint pens. I might add some bling and stuff after I go over it with these, but I got to get rid of this wet paint. All right, so I've got a piece of white paper here. And I'm just going to scoop it up and spread it out so it'll dry and I can do stuff with it. I just thought this would be a fun way to spend this afternoon. I don't know how long I'll go along on here, but we'll go a while longer. If you have something else to do, I'll understand. If you don't want to hang around, that's fine too. So we'll just slide that aside. I might just move this old nasty thing. I don't think I'm going to add any more paint. That needs to be stuck in the sink and soaked itself. So we'll see what we can do here. I have this one, and it does. I get these at. I got these at Walmart. Let's see. I'm wondering. See, I don't think the tip is small enough that I could just trace around it. It's going to fill it up. So I don't know about tracing in black. Let me see if I've got something else that's got a finer tip. This one might work. We'll see how long it goes. Aha. There we go. Oh, I didn't see that. I'll have to go over to Nikki's channel and check it out. I'm cheating using the stencil to outline this because this one was kind of a blob. Hoping this paint's all dry so I'm not ruining the tips on this pen, but now all of my tags will not be the same. You know, each one will probably look different, so everybody will get a little bit different that's in my group of 6. I just thought this would be a fun tag swap, and we'd end up with a little book like Mary Dell showed on her show. That, what was it, last week, or it was the week before, wasn't it? Where she pulled out her tag book that she'd gotten. And I just thought it was so beautiful. I said, I want to do that, but have not just tags I've made, but tags from some of my YouTuber friends. And I just thought it would be fun to have a way to collect them, you know, and display them. I still have all of the little 4x4 squares that the people that participated in that made for me. And I love it. I've got them all mounted on 2 canvases so I can hang them in my very next craft room. Mia, are you part of my group on Facebook? If not, I'd love to have you there. So Aunt Beck's Creations, just like it is here. And that's where you'll sign up if you want to participate in this Boho Tag swap. And if you want to keep your costs down, you know, keep your tags to less than, what is it, 1/4 of an inch slot. So if it can go through that 1/4 inch slot through the mail sorter, they won't charge you as much to mail it. I keep thinking I'm going to get myself one of those little cardboard guides that they try to, you know, they try to put your envelope through. I'm not doing too hot at keeping this to just one line here. The lighting's getting kind of weird as the sun's going down. And I'm going quiet again. I'm sorry, because I'm looking down and not. I think I got one more here. We'll lift it and see how well it's working. Well, I don't know. The black lines are there. It's just not very dark. This stencil here I got as a freebie with a magazine one year. I think that's the one I used here. Waverly stencils are pretty. You can get them at Michael's. They've got some real pretty Waverlys. They're not cheap, though. That's the only thing. But I guess you have to sometimes pay the price to get the nice things. But there are a couple online places to get stencils, too, aren't there? Like, doesn't Joggles do stencils? And oh, what's the one that Carolyn Doobie does? I can't remember the name of those stencils. Something Girl. Those are pretty stencils. Stencil Girl products. I think that's what she says. Yeah, I thought Joggles did on too. I wish this was showing up a little bit darker, but it'll be all right. Oh, here I'm going over part of my dots as well. That's okay. Picked up a copy of my favorite magazine and, of course, pay the full price. I liked it back when Joann's would let you use a coupon on magazines, but they won't let you do that anymore. I do need some DMC floss, and they say it's on sale over there, but ugh. That side of Greenville at closing does not make me happy. The city has been digging up our yard down at our house to put in new water meters. They're running all new water lines. Oh, I gotta let my back rest a minute. Yeah, see, Joann's really wants me over there because here's another message from them saying, expires today, 50% off a regular purchase, and then something about 50% off your total. I don't know. They're asking me if I'm enjoying my Joann app. Off your total something. And see, DMC floss is on there, and I need some for a cross stitch project I decided to take on. Sewing notions. You can get 50% off all your sewing notions, but then you read the fine print and it says it excludes thread. And that would be the main thing I would go for, is the stupid thread. I'm almost done with these flowers, outlining them, and then I can catch up on chat, see what y'all are chit-chatting about. I just think these will be fun little books, fun little tag books when we all get done with them. There you go. That stencil's going to be a pickle to get clean. I'll tell you that right now. And now I think I'll take this and do some darker lines where I can see where things are here in a minute. There goes Linda with the dag nabbit again. Oh no, they're kicking you out again. See, that's been happening a lot. Aristi, it's kind of a bland curse word. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go to the underside of some of these pieces here. Not liking that metallic paint. Really? You lost a whole chunk of your video? That's crazy. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if the YouTube live stuff is going to really catch on with a lot of people if we're losing half of what we've produced. I guess time will tell. I didn't do too good at outlining this one, so I'm having trouble seeing the lines. Oh well, we'll just fake it until it looks all right. All right. Uh-oh, I've gone quiet again. Sorry. Denim versus cardboard. Denim versus cardboard, Rose is saying. What would be better? Denim versus cardboard. Sorry, guys. I'll come back to live here in a minute. Does that look okay like that, or should I go around all of the little segments? Part of it would look more like a shadow. Oh, Fiona, that's great. Linda. So I think I'm going to leave it like that, but maybe add some white things to it. But I'm going to bring out the circles too. I think. I need to start thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. So I have to cook something so that I can pack something for Scott's lunch tomorrow too. I think we've got sauce, so I could do spaghetti squash. Looks almost like Labyrinth. Got those orbs circling, floating through the air. If you want to add a quote or something to your tags, feel free. I mean, anything you want to do that you can add a little bit of yourself in with the boho theme, more power to it. You can add glitter glue if you wanted to. Any of that kind of stuff. So the tag should be 5 by 7. Yeah, 5 by 5 wide, 7 tall. So that when we hook them together, they'll all be within that range. Oh. Not too good at that. There we go. Peeling the glue off your fingers. Isn't that what we all did in elementary school? At least we did. Coat your hand with glue and then go, oh, my skin's peeling. Especially the boys. They thought that was great. Great fun to try to gross the girls out. Cool beans. Thank you, Mia. There's Ian. Ian, were your ears burning? We were talking about you and how beautiful your paintings are. All right. Should I go for it? Should I add some white to the roses as well or no? Ooh, I don't want to do super glue. School paste, yeah, because then you can say, ooh, it looks like skin. All right. Maybe just a few dots here and there. I need to go watch everybody that's participating in Shannon Green's little, I don't know if you would call it what would you call it? I don't know if it would be like one of them where you go to everybody or not. I'm sure she would like us all to watch everybody in her design, in Gina's design team is using Shannon's covers in a theme. I need to go watch all those videos later. I know Mary Dell Abrams is one of the people on that list. Look forward to seeing what everybody's come up with. I was going to say round robin, but it's not a round robin. It's a, oh, I can't remember. Yes, the custom keeper hop. That's it. It's a hop. My brain was just not getting it. Scott did not want to go to work today. He was like, I just want to stay. I don't want to go. He said, can't 6 years pass so I can retire? I think that's his goal now, is just do 6 years and then retire and be done with it. I saw one young lady. She has a YouTube channel. Can't remember what it is. But all she does to make a living for herself is she shops at thrift stores, finds like name brand clothing, and then sells it for what it, would cost if you bought it in a store, which I just don't see that happening where I live, Maybe since she sells like on eBay, she has better luck, but I just can't see somebody spending $25 on a pair of shorts just for the name. I guess I'm just too much of a regular person. I just don't really care too much about name brand rigmarole. I want clothing that's sturdy and will last. I don't care about having somebody else's name on me. You know, I don't know. I guess I was just raised to be more frugal and I don't know. Oh, I can't wait to go watch Mary's. I started to watch it and then I looked at the clock and I said, oh, it's 1:30 and I still have to set up and pull out everything. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because then I'll be late to my own to my own live. And I didn't want to do that. Knock on wood, I haven't been dropped yet today. So, but I do want to get off in time because I know Lisa goes live here shortly at My Eclectic Crafter. She'll be going live, and I don't want to go over her time. Because I want to watch her too. I try to catch everybody that I'm subscribed to that goes live if I can. You know, I try. All right, so now we can add some bling and things. I've got such a mess pulled out. I ought to just go ahead and make the rest of them. I've got a mixture of sequins here that we could glue about. Oh, for crying out loud. And I got some gems. I'm going to put some of them down here. I got these in a great big jug at Hobby Lobby, and I've given so many away. I don't think I'm ever going to use them up. I could add one of these butterflies, too. My eclectic life, yeah. Wow. This is what I like about stuff on this clear plastic, is you can preview it, you know, before you stick it down. I think I have enough of these butterflies. I could put one on each person's tag. Yeah, Mary Dell goes on late. I think I'm going to keep my time kind of toward midday, 2:30-ish my time, Eastern Standard Time, from now on, just so that I'm not overlapping too many people, because most people go on in the evenings. So pink, clear, or purple butterfly? Hi, Rosa. I'll hold it up so y'all can see. Plus, it gives me a better look in there. I can see which one I think looks better. Let's put the purple one over here and see what that looks like. I don't know. The clear. I got clear with pink and clear with purple. No, Kathy, you can use any material you want as long as you keep with the 5x7. All right, I'm going to keep those two aside. Since we're doing pink, I could give it a tail using that bling right there. And you know, you guys, you can cut these big pieces apart and use only parts of them, and then that way you can spread the love out. You don't have to use the whole great big piece unless you want to. I mean, if you wanted to stick that whole piece down, you could. But I like to snip it apart a little bit. And then see, I can use just those two on this butterfly. I think before I stick these down, I'm going to give this a coat, clear coat. We'll see if it runs or not. Mr. Buff is giving Linda a hard time. I'll close that door so no lizards come in the house. Of course, they could have already come in. I wasn't looking. Well, I hope you're not getting a bunch of buffering. It is getting closer into the evening. That's when everybody seems to have the worst trouble. And I'm not going to put a whole bunch of this on here, but I do want to. It might run. We'll see. Wednesday live will be 3 p.m. I thought about going back to being, later, but then I decided not to. The evening hours, it gets so packed full of people online, and I figure this way the folks that are, on the other side of the world could join in. And I won't be so exhausted that I can't think straight. This is just Delta Creative's Gloss Exterior Interior Varnish. I'm just putting a light coat of it on here. I will run and rinse this brush, though, real quick. But I'll leave. Y'all can watch this dry. Watch paint dry. Getting a little chilled, so I'm turning some of the fans off too. I figured she'd show up since I locked the door back up. So now, how crazy do we want to go? I could put a purple edging around the edge with this. Just come across and glue it down. Or we could do blue. Sign up starts as soon as I get off from here and can put it together on the Facebook page. I said it would be up by Tuesday, I think, the other day. So I'm going to do my best to get it up as soon as I get off from here. Let's see, I've got I got a whole row of this cut at 2. So I could do some blue, some purple, and some gold and do a border around the outside. There needs to be a dangly thing. Yeah, I know. Let's see. I don't have anything pre-made. I do have where I can maybe give the appearance of something dangly. Hang on, let me think of where I put that stuff. I think I've pulled out nearly everything. Of course, what I've pulled out is not everything I need, apparently. Let's see. Linda's going to have me pulling everything out. You should see the mess I've got over there in that side of the room. I have to put all of this away before I can go to sleep tonight, woman. All right. I've got all this trim here. And then in this box, I've got all this kind of stuff. Pearly stuff. But I've got, here's some gold. We could do some loop stuff with it. Gold, and I got purple. And then there's some smaller pearly stuff. And I got some gaudy gold. And I got black. Fibers like this that you see in boho too. But I don't think I have any in this colorway. The cats are going to think they're in heaven with all this stuff out and open. All right. I do have beads I bought to do dangles off the bottom of it, but I don't have any made or put together. The closet door is open, so you'll probably hear stuff collapse now because she's going to go over there and get nosy. Let's see, my neck's starting to get sore, you guys. Oh gosh. Well, let's do this together. There. I'm thinking. Think. I need a hot glue gun, I think that's what I need on. Scott's much more efficient at wrapping electrical wire than I am. So every time he gets a hold of my stuff, it's wrapped tight and perfect. So, and he'll tell me that's how you should do it always. All right, let's see if I can do this. I got a lot going on here, plus a cat now. Let's move this so you don't get on it. All right, there's Callie, you guys. She says hello. She's going to go get in the window, I guess. No, hon. No. Leave it alone. No. You're going to mess me up, dog, cat. Dog, cat. All right. I'm going to add some dangly bits, but I want to do a border first because it'll be down closer to the bottom. Callie, stop. Callie, quit being a crackhead. Now you got your arm all caught in the blind. Go outside. Quit being a pain in the ass. You're going to have that hornet coming in. Go outside and play. I'll let you in a minute. Okay. I think it needs more, but I don't know what. She's like, fine, I'll leave. Yeah, I'm thinking a quote somewhere on here. And you don't have to buy bling, Janet. Just use what you have. Do you have some simple sequins? Sequins would work. I just have this jar of bling I'm about to die to use up. So I thought I'd add some on here. I don't know if these will stick with hot glue or not. My trouble with hot glue is it cools off before I can get whatever I'm wanting to hot glue down, stuck down. I got this huge container of these rhinestones at Hobby Lobby, and I used a coupon, and I have a lifetime supply of them. Ought to throw some in an envelope and throw some at you, Janet. So you can help me use these up. Let's see if I can. I'll have to go in search of a quote. But I won't do that right now. I might do that in a little bit. That's what I want. I want some purple ones. There's a larger purple one. I'm just going to randomly scatter some more around the tag. I have more of these. So it's not a problem. I'm trying to think of what we can do Wednesday. Oh, another thing you could do, if you know how to make paper beads, Janet, I'll send you some of these bling. If you know how to make paper beads hanging from this would be cool too. I just didn't have any made, and I haven't made any, so might give that a go. Maybe we could do that. You want to make paper beads Wednesday? I'll do some practicing tomorrow. I'm going to put more pink and purple of these on here, just randomly floating along. Could do a random green one here and there, maybe. I don't know. I think I'll stick with these. Joann's is having their, what is this sale? Firefly Frenzy. It ends today. They keep sending me, y'all keep hearing it. Paper beads on Wednesday. Okay. I'll add that to the group page that's what we're doing. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. That would be cool. Got to remember to leave some space for a quote to go on here. What I might do when I find a quote, I might spray the paper after I've printed it. Just spray it with some sprays in maybe purple. I don't know if I have purple. I know I have pink, and I have pink and blue, so maybe I can end up with a purplish looking color in the end. Well, I hope Highway Patrol is out there on White Horse Road right now, because somebody's racing out there. I can hear them. I know. The trick to these tails is to use the heat gun. And what are we asking? We're not sure. Yes, they're flat on one side. My fingers are so dirty. See how it's flat on the back and the silver part? All right, so I'll put my quote right along in here. So you could do like little loops of this stuff at the bottom if you wanted to, something like that. Or just do sections of it and glue it down. Have some hanging. I think I have. See, I could do something like that to have something hanging off the bottom of the tag. What are we making? I can't do a great long strip like most people do. I do a little bit and then I come back and I do a little bit more, because if I try to go all the way across the tag, by the time I set the glue gun down and come back, it's completely cooled off and won't stick nothing. It'll be hard. And I know I cut too much, but it'll be all right. We'll trim it to fit. Okay. Where's that strip of glue here? I think purple would be better. Oh, hi, Lisa. Lisa, what time are you going live? I want to be off in time for your live. Yeah, I like the purple better. I'm all backwards now here. Yeah, the notification seems to 7 p.m. Central, so that's 8 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Is that right? I think you're an hour behind me. Because it is 5:21 here. I was watching you, Lisa, do your test with all the different foam. That was pretty cool. So are you going to use that with those kids? I think it'd be an awesome idea to do. I'm starting to get hungry because you'll see the glue gun shaking all over the place. Blood sugar was so high the other day. I've been trying to be extra careful today. To top it off, I forgot my medication last night. I would so love to lose enough weight to where my body could handle it and I could get off medications. I need to lose about another 45 pounds. All right, I'm going to trim this. Oh, I haven't had egg salad in a while. Of course, we don't have any bread in the house because we've been not eating bread because it raises our blood sugar too. Anything processed. All right, it's coming together here. It's not looking like I thought it was going to, but it's still pretty boho-ish, I think. It's got bling and it's got bright colors and stuff. And I was thinking I would put this gold on the edge all the way around. Come across the bottom here, above here, and then go around on the outer edge. So maybe do a strand of this blue above the purple. I'm just thinking right this second. I'm not committing to anything at the moment. I have to cut a piece just to see what it looks like. We had hot dogs for lunch, and they had just a little teeny cup of coleslaw with it, and I dumped it on my hot dog because I like slaw dogs. Ooh, I like that. You know, when you feel sick, you just want comfort food. And I've just been wanting the worst things with my back being out. It's like, I want a donut and a coconut cake and everything I shouldn't have. I've been craving. Scott has too. His sinuses are all messed up after 2 days out in the great country air. I said, well, it didn't help that we were also in a different area that has different things in bloom. I hope he doesn't have to have more allergies. He went through the whole series that's supposed to protect him from now on, but well, I'm liking how this is turning out now. It's getting very blingy. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I hope she lets you share it, the video. Oh, we haven't put our butterfly on here yet either. What did I do with the butterfly? Here he is. I might put the butterfly. I don't know if I'm going to use the butterfly now. I feel like this has gone in a completely different direction now, and I've got to leave room for the sentiment. All right, I'm going to go for this and hope it doesn't look like cradola. I might have to keep this one for myself since it's my first one and I'm learning as I show you guys how to do it. I've got stuff all over the house. I've got paint all over me. Said I was going to do better at following chat, but I don't think I am. Trying. Right. Got that gem's a little close to the top, so I don't know. We'll try a whole long strip and see if I can do it. Most of the time it doesn't do. Yeah, I'll give you some of those, Janet. So you'll have some blingity bling too. Rose, why are you saying call me Junior? Oh, thank you, Mia. I lost something. Joyce and Rose are talking about calling Rose Junior. Oh, dear. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, for crying out loud. What was that all about? My son has sent me an attachment. Oh, goodness. What time is it? Shouldn't he be going to work? No. He should be leaving for work soon. All right. So I have some ribbons pulled aside here to do tie at the top. I am just covered in paint. I got to see if I've got some other fibers too, because I want a really thick tie at the top. I think would look cool. And I've got those other. Well, hi, Rose Caudell. I'm just working on this tag. We're going to have a tag swap on my group on Facebook. Of course, I got to have purple too here. I think this one's the narrower ribbon, but that's okay. It'll all work. In fact, it'll actually be good if it's different sizes. Oops. Okay, and I might use a piece of this in there. I don't have a lot of this gold ribbony stuff because somebody sent me this, I think. Pretty sure this was something I got in Happy Mail. Okay. And yarns and trim and things like that can be used for your tassel at the top. So whatever you have, use it. See what luck I have shoving all this through that tiny hole I made. I think I actually made it bigger than I thought about doing. Oh, you know what? We need some pink or red too. Hang on, let me go get another. Oh, I had some. Yeah, here's some red, and it's thin like the purple too. Might as well go for broke and just use all the ribbon that I brought over here so that it's really full and fun. And I'll be using up ribbon I've had for years. It'll be great. Yes, Joyce is right. You could also tear up old clothing, or if you're a quilter and you have scraps that are kind of lengthy, you could do that. Oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and put my tassel in and not worry about what the back of this tag looks like. Can I get it through the little hole? Because there's no way I'm going to get a bigger hole punched in there. Yes, there is. Hang on. I have a set that's just what I need up here. I can't get a punch over this, but I have this old Making Memories kit that has, you put this little mat down underneath it, and I want to make a bigger hole, so I'm going to take this one out and screw this one in. I need to get this pokey tool, poke out the old garbage that's in here. All right. Screw this in here. We'll just make our hole bigger. I think it'll make it a little bit bigger. Now this will make noise because it is a hammer after all. There we go. Now it'll work. I'll get that through there now. Now, let's put this through here. There we go. I don't know if you're going to be able to get your ring through there. I might keep this one since I'm learning as I go here, so I might keep this one. I'll make out some new ones. So there's a tassel and a card, and I'll add a saying or something to it. But you could also layer up fabric and then put just a picture on here if you don't want to find a saying or whatever. So that was my first one. First attempt at it. I'm sure they'll get better. Uh-oh. Everybody's buffering. Boho explain. How do you explain bohemian? Bohemian. Lots of colors. Kathy says beautiful. It can be geometric. It can have florals. It can do, you see a lot of mandalas in it. It's just a lifestyle. Kathy's saying hippie or gypsy. So whatever y'all make it to be as you see. I just did a search, and I kind of liked the way Mary Dal showed her tag book she had, and that's the whole reason I got started with this idea. Is it's Mary's fault. I just thought her tags were gorgeous, and if you want it, maybe we can get Mary to show her tag book again on Friday night. Yes, and Pinterest has a ton of things on Bohemian. And I have a interest board on Pinterest. I labeled it Boho Style, and it's just, and they use all kinds of colors, textures, just so much different things. I could even, if I wanted to, take and do some little loops. Like you could come here and just tack it down there and then loop it up and maybe tack it along there and then have another one loop down if you wanted to. I don't know if I want to though. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get a book ring through that hole as well as all that fiber, but live and learn. I like all the fiber though. I think it makes it look happy. Yeah. What else can I do to it? Just leave it alone? Just leave it alone, Becky. It's fine. There you go, Ian. You got it now, man. So you can add as much as you want or as little as you want. It's entirely up to y'all. I'm going to leave all of that up to you. It's going to be your creations that we're sharing with each other, and it'll just be fun to look at and see. I'm just going to display mine in a basket, like I said. And when I'm stuck for ideas, these kind of projects that we share, they can be very inspiring and get us off from a dry spell, I call it, where you just don't feel like crafting at all. My next one will be better, I hope. This one's pretty. It's feeling like it needs something else, like flowers or something. Let me go look in the closet and see what I've got in reds, purples, and blues and things like that. Okay, let's see. Something off this bunch would be pretty with it. And maybe some of this purple. And then I've got this stuff here. See if I can come up with an arrangement. I just can't leave this stuff laying out or the cats will be all in it. I have to hide it all the way in the back of that closet over there too. All right. I'm going to put my kind of saying over there. And I don't want to cover too much of the circles I took all the time to do. Let's take 3 of these flowers off this arrangement. Try to keep them from falling apart. And then maybe I'll just cut off, yeah, I'm just going to cut some of this off from here. It just cuts off anyway. Again, this purple was from a Halloween arranging stuff. I don't like the black. I'm going to put the black back in the vase. I do like this lavender. These are my fussy cut scissors. I don't want to use those on there. Oh, Mary's here. Hi, Mary. Some of these flowers are out of those cheapy bundles that they have at Michael's. They're like $1 something. I'm just going to cut this. I'm probably going to have to use padded envelopes to protect these. I'm just laying these down for a test here. And then I'll have my quote in there. And I think that'd look pretty good. Oh, good night, Mia. Thank you for coming by. Didn't she say she's from Turkey? Mary, Friday, if you will, when you do your show, can you show your tag book again Friday so people can see it? I'd appreciate it if you could. You're the inspiration for this swap. I've got to go watch your video on Shannon's covers when I get off from here. And I need to get off from here so I can get something to eat and rest so I can participate with Lisa's chat at 7 Central. Did you say 7 or 7:30, Lisa? I'm sorry. I'm wanting to say it's, I'm not sure now. Oh, Mary's been buying the greenhouse out. I need to get some flowers for the front baskets out front. I keep thinking, oh, we won't be here. There's no point, but I might as well just say, yeah, we'll probably be here at least through summer. I think I'm going to do that one up this way. Okay. All right, Mia. 7 p.m. Central. So she'll be 8 p.m. my time. It's about 2.5 hours, Linda, from now. Mr. Happ across the street must be working on something. He's banging the daylights out of something. You don't let being in a wheelchair slow him down, man. He's out there trying to work on stuff all the time. And Miss Ethel's always worried he's going to do something that hurts him. That needs to be cut a little bit shorter. This is going down a whole different road than I was thinking when I got on here. But it's okay. I don't know how I'm going to put something on the back of this one. The next one I make, I think I'll do all my info and stuff on the back and keep it flat before I start building this. That's another reason I wanted to do this video, so y'all can see, you know, where I make mistakes. So you can learn from it. and save yourself some headache. Oh dear, I crunched that one too much. Oh. I don't know. I don't know if the flowers helped or hurt it, but so I'm going to quit here and say this one's done. And this will probably be the one I keep because it was a learning curve. So thanks, guys. I could always add some more gems and stuff in amongst the flowers to kind of pull it all together. I'm just going to set a pink one down in here and see what it looks like. I don't like it. Oh, now I've lost it inside. There we go. But you can do whatever you need to do to bling it up any way you want to. If you made paper beads, that's what we're going to do Wednesday, you guys. We're going to make paper beads together. I was going to say, if you make paper beads and then maybe went over them with like a glitter Mod Podge or something high gloss, then it would be shiny and would go, you know, with something like this. Yeah, this is the learning one. We'll all have our learning one, and then we'll go from there. I learned I need to make the hole bigger to start with if I'm going to put this many things through it, and I'm wondering if a book ring will still go through this hole. If it doesn't, I'll have to think of something else. Mia mentioned just stapling this to it, but because of this trim, I don't know if I'd be able to even get a stapler on there. But yeah, there you go. Janet says clear nail polish or glitter nail polish on your paper beads. Well, we want them to stay kind of in a book. So if you stay around that 5x7 size, then it'll stay together. Joyce says make 2 holes, but you really need it. The hole that'll go through the binding ring really needs to be in the center so that they're held together and they'd stick up like that. Joyce is telling me make another hole. No, Rose. They don't have to look at all alike. I mean, I'm not going to make 6 exactly like this. That's for sure. I've learned a lot on making this one. No, make 6 different ones if you want to. They'll be going from 6 other, different people. And you can see the Posca pen was not dry when I did the clear coat. You see how my dots have kind of ran a little bit. So that's another thing. I should have hit it with a heat gun and dried those a bit more. So make sure if you're going to use a clear coat or anything on yours, you don't have to, but if you are, make sure it's totally dry. I think on the other 6, the other 5, I will do my backgrounds one day, let them dry overnight, put my clear coat on, let that dry, and then decorate them. So anyhow, I got to show you guys something before I go. I made this years ago when I worked at Joann's for Firefly Frenzy. See my headband? I wore it out the other day and these people were laughing at me. I don't care. But I want to tell you guys, thanks for stopping by and playing along. And I'll see some of you all later in Lisa's chat area. So go have dinner. And if you want to hop over to Lisa at My Eclectic Life, and we'll play over there for a while. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Ian. I could sit and watch you paint all day long, Ian. I really could. Oh, look at those eyes. See my eyes? Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Hug the ones you love. You never know what tomorrow might bring. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.